They said free the Palestinians, then celebrate the death of Native Indians. How these other races gon' take us serious? They don't. It's silly thinking you can fight oppression with a vote. I'm so woke, I got sleep deprivation. Belly of the beast giving birth to a nation. You know how I feel to have culture and they take it. It'll never be peace, tell them free the reservation. Till it's backwards, they don't know that they exist no more. Ever try reaching out for help and you just get ignored? Pick up vices like drugs, your child fill a void. They get a youth life sentence for a killing, he was just a boy. Niggas poor, what we living for? Life a gamble, it's like 10 or 4. Police hands around your neck, they just hit record. We in war, man, this ain't the norm. But you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know. Mama on the stage crying. She just lost her only son to gang violence. Pops level 4 yard talking through the vents. Have you ever tried to hug your loved ones through a fence? Have you ever been hated just because your skin? Have you ever worked all week and couldn't pay your rent? Life a trip, I'm trying to catch my balance. Every step feel like I'm walking backwards. Credit card, but God check the balance. I come from where it's worthless while my heart callous. They want you to fall weak, that's a war tactic. Look how we live, what's scary than that? What you know about crossing the Darien Gap? Risk your life to live in hell or bury your kids. Either way we gotta suffer and they just get rich. Life a bitch, why waste time telling you that? Cause if you ain't a nigga like me, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know. They said free the Palestinians, then celebrate the death of Native Indians. How these other races gon' take us serious? They don't. It's silly thinking you can fight oppression with a vote. I'm so woke, I got sleep deprivation. Belly of the beast giving birth to a nation. You know how I feel to have culture and they take it. It'll never be peace, tell them free the reservation. Till it's backwards, they don't know that they exist no more. Ever try reaching out for help and you just get ignored? Pick up vices like drugs, your child fill a void. They get a youth life sentence for a killing, he was just a boy. Niggas poor, what we living for? Life a gamble, it's like 10 or 4. Police hands around your neck, they just hit record. We in war, man, this ain't the norm. But you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know. Mama on the stage crying. She just lost her only son to gang violence. Pops level 4 yard talking through the vents. Have you ever tried to hug your loved ones through a fence? Have you ever been hated just because your skin? Have you ever worked all week and couldn't pay your rent? Life a trip, I'm trying to catch my balance. Every step feel like I'm walking backwards. Credit card, but God check the balance. I come from where it's worthless while my heart callous. They want you to fall weak, that's a war tactic. Look how we live, what's scary than that? What you know about crossing the Darien Gap? Risk your life to live in hell or bury your kids. Either way we gotta suffer and they just get rich. Life a bitch, why waste time telling you that? Cause if you ain't a nigga like me, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know. They said free the Palestinians, then celebrate the death of Native Indians. How these other races gon' take us serious? They don't. It's silly thinking you can fight oppression with a vote. I'm so woke, I got sleep deprivation. Belly of the beast giving birth to a nation. You know how I feel to have culture and they take it. It'll never be peace, tell them free the reservation. Till it's backwards, they don't know that they exist no more. Ever try reaching out for help and you just get ignored? Pick up vices like drugs, a child fill a void. They get a youth life sentence for a killing, he was just a boy. Niggas poor, what we living for? Life a gamble, it's like 10 or 4. Police hands around your neck, they just hit record. We in war, man, this ain't the norm. But you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know. Mama on the stage crying. She just lost her only son to gang violence. Pops level 4 yard talking through the vents. Have you ever tried to hug your loved ones through a fence? Have you ever been hated just because your skin? Have you ever worked all week and couldn't pay your rent? Life a trip, I'm trying to catch my balance. Every step feel like I'm walking backwards. Credit card, but gotta check the balance. I come from where it's rough, that's why my heart callous. They want you to fall weak, that's a war tactic. Look how we live, what's scarier than that? What you know about crossing the Darien Gap? Risk a life to live in hell or bury your kids. Either way we gotta suffer and they just get rich. Life a bitch, why I waste time telling you that? Cause if you ain't a nigga like me, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know.
Hey, Shalom, Israel. Yahba Shem Yahshua Barak, a thumb to the brothers. Yahweh Shemal, a thumb by Shem Yahshua to the sisters. I'm priest officer of 1,000 Quran Yah of the ISBK under Commandant General Yana. And this is the Wednesday night law class. You understand? Matter of fact, Salaki, real quick, big shout out to my big brother officer of 1,000 Natasal. Let's clap it up for that outstanding song that brother put together. You understand? Matter of fact, Salaki in the chat. Yahba Shem Yahshua Barak, sir. You understand? Y'all can tell by the title, you understand? Look, this before we get this class started, the difference between the ISUBK and all the rest of these fake Israelite groups, we don't allow heathens in here. You understand? If you got somebody who is questionable, you understand, as far as who they actually are according to their father, we ain't finna allow them up in here. But you understand, the ISUBK don't allow heathens in here for the safety of the real children of Israel. You understand? But Salaki, let's get it in, man. You understand? Y'all can tell by the title, we not Africans, period. You understand? Blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians are not Africans. You understand? We don't descend from Africans. And when I say Africans, I'm talking about the Hamitic tribes who inhabit the land of Africa. As a matter of fact, you understand? If y'all don't got one of these, go get one of these. This is a Zondervan's Pictorial Bible Dictionary. Big shout out to my big brother officer of 5,000, Kasar Bakai, who gifted me this a couple of years back. And I definitely appreciate that brother for helping me build up my my armory. You understand? But Salaki, right? So now, when you look at the history of the Bible, right, you have everybody on planet Earth descends from one of Noah's 3 sons due to the Lord flooding the earth and only saving 8 people. You understand? Noah had 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, or Japheth, however you want to pronounce it. You understand? But Salaki, we gonna matter of fact, hold on real quick. Let's go to Genesis 10:6. Right? If y'all got y'all swords out, Baba Kashaf, please read along. Because this is the law class, you understand? But of course, if you know me, you know I'm a big fan of history. You understand? So we gonna mix the law with the history today. You understand? This is the book of Genesis, chapter 10 and verse 6. And the sons of Ham. Remember, I said Ham was one of Noah's 3 sons. You understand? Cush and Mizraim, or Matazarium in Hebrew, you understand? Or the people that you would call the Egyptians. You understand? That's who Mizraim is. Phut and Canaan. You understand? Phut, I believe, is the Libyans. You understand? And the Canaanites are South Africans. And Cush, of course, is your Eritreans, Ethiopians, and the people of Djibouti. You understand? But those are the sons of Ham, right? Now, I'm gonna go to First Chronicles. Salakia, bear with me. First Chronicles 1 and 24, right? First Chronicles chapter 1 and verse 24. Shem, Arphaxad, Shelah, Eber, Peleg, Ru, Serug, Nahor, Terah, Abram. The same is Abraham. You understand? So these are the sons, you understand, that come from the lineage of Shem, all the way up to Abraham, which you know Abraham is the forefather of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. You got Abraham, you got Isaac, and you got Jacob. Those are the patriarchs concerning the nation of Israel, right? So now, once again, we're going to go into the Zondervan's Pictorial Bible Dictionary. And if anybody got questions online, make sure y'all type them in the chat. If they on topic, Most High in Christ. If they not on topic, I'm going to try to get to them because this is a very important topic amongst the nation of Israel. You understand? When you look at all of these fake Israelite groups, they allow heathens to come into their group, infiltrate their ranks, and the real children of Israel get hurt. You understand? Matter of fact, Salakia, I want to send my condolences once again to the family of that sister Joy Morgan out there in the UK. You understand? Them purple pigs let that goddamn Hamite come in there, you understand, and unalive that sister. You understand? And if it wasn't for them purple pigs being in love with the children of Ham or being in love with being Africans, Joy Morgan would most likely still be alive. You understand? So condolences to that sister, you understand, family, and may she rise again. You understand? But Salakia. Okay, let's go to the Zondervan's Pictorial Bible Dictionary, right? And we're going to look up Ham, right? Because blacks, Latinos, Native Indians, we are the children of Israel. You understand? And when you look at what they call black men, you understand, we so-called Negroes. If you go look at our 12 tribes chart, you understand, it's going to say the North American black or the Negro is the tribe of Judah. You understand? Salakia. Where we at? Ham, right? The youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of the 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor of the dark races. So Ham is the forefather of the dark races. You understand? Not the Negroes. It literally says that on this page. So these dark races are different from the Negroes that Ham fathered. And then it's going to read off to you who they are. But the Egyptians, Ethiopians, Libyans, and Canaanites. Those are all African Hamitic tribes. You understand? The Negroes are not the same as those people. According to the Bible, according to history, according to archaeology, and according to this Zondervan's Pictorial Bible Dictionary. You understand? Salakia. Right? So I'm going to drop that. Right? Let's go into a little bit of history, you understand, about the children of Israel and how the sons of Ham actually treated us. All right? Let's go to Exodus, the first chapter, right? This is the book of Exodus, chapter, matter of fact, Salakia. Where I want to go. Let's go before Exodus, the first chapter. You understand? Let's go to Genesis, the 43rd chapter, right? This is before Exodus. This is before the captivity of the nation of Israel at the hands of the Egyptians, who are Africans. You understand? Salaki, reading on. It's the book of Genesis, chapter 43 and verse 32. And it reads, and they set on for him by himself, and for them by themselves, and for the Egyptians. This is speaking about Joseph. If you know the history of Joseph, which was one of the physical sons of our forefather Jacob, or Israel, what his name was changed to, you understand? This brother was sold into slavery by his own brothers because they was jealous that he had a dream that they were going to serve him, and his father favored him, you understand, because he was madly in love with his mother, and he made him a coat of diverse colors. You understand? So they eventually sold Joseph to some Ishmaelites, you understand, the so-called Arabs, and the Ishmaelites eventually sold him to the Egyptians, and he became a slave in Egypt. You understand? And this is how they treated Joseph in Egypt, right? Genesis 43 and 32. And they set on for him by himself, and for them by themselves, and for the Egyptians, which did eat with him by themselves, because the Egyptians might not eat bread with the Hebrews, for that is an abomination unto the Egyptians. These Hamites wouldn't even eat food with Joseph. It was an abomination to them. You understand? Like, these Africans looked down upon Joseph back then, right? Salakia. Let's go to Genesis 46 and 34. It's the book of Genesis, chapter 46 and verse 34. Now, when you read the book of Genesis, the 46th chapter, this is after Joseph actually saved Egypt from famine. You understand? Not only did he save Egypt from famine, he made them a superpower in the whole world. The whole world had to come down into Egypt to get money. I mean, to get food, because it was a famine in the known world at that time. You understand? But the rest of these people that lived round about the Egyptians, they had to come down into Egypt to get food because of this great famine, and Egypt became a superpower because the Lord was with Joseph, so much so that the Pharaoh of Joseph's life, he put Joseph in second in command over the whole nation of Egypt because he was so grateful that Joseph saved the land of Egypt. Of course, with the grace and mercy of the Most High. You understand? It's the book of Genesis, chapter 46, and verse 34. I'm going to start at verse 33. Salakia, verse 31. And Joseph said unto his brethren and unto his father's house, I will go up and show Pharaoh and say unto him, my brethren and my father's house, which were in the land of Canaan, are come unto me. And the men are shepherds, for their trade hath been to feed cattle, and they have brought their flocks and their herds and all that they have. And it shall come to pass, when Pharaoh shall call you and shall say, what is your occupation? Right? So Joseph is He's schooling his brothers. He like, look, man, I'm about to bring y'all to Pharaoh. I'm about to present y'all to Pharaoh and introduce y'all to the man that put me second in command of this whole kingdom of Egypt, right? Now, when you meet him, I want y'all to explain to him that we are shepherds. This is our occupation. This is our way of life. This is how we live. And the reason why Joseph is telling his brothers to tell Pharaoh that they are shepherds, because Joseph seen what we don't see. Joseph understands that it's an abomination for the Egyptians to be around shepherds. You know what it is to be a shepherd in the Egyptians' eyes? It's the same thing as being it's the same thing today how white people look down upon black people. To be a shepherd in them times is basically like, oh, this is a nigga. You understand? Y'all are how can I put this? The Egyptians would look down upon shepherds like that's beneath us. You understand? Or that's poor common man's work. You understand? They wouldn't waste their time being shepherds or herding sheep. So Joseph understanding that, look, I got to keep my people separate from these Egyptians because I know how these Egyptians get out. That's why he told his brothers and sisters, his brothers, to tell Pharaoh, look, bro, we shepherds. You understand? Verse 34, that ye shall say, thy servants' trade have been about cattle from our youth even until now, both we and also our fathers, that ye may dwell in the land of Goshen, right? He understood that once we tell Pharaoh that we shepherds, that we tend to livestock, he's going to separate us from these Egyptians, because he knew the oppression that these Egyptians would have on the children of Israel, because he lived in the land of Egypt amongst them. You understand? Into verse 34. For every shepherd is an abomination unto the Egyptians. He already knew that being a shepherd was an abomination unto these Egyptians. And he wanted his people to be separate from these Egyptians. You understand? Or his brothers, rather, to be separate from these Egyptians. Salakia. Let's go to the book of Exodus, chapter 11 and verse 7. It's the book of Exodus, chapter 11 and verse 7. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that ye may know that the Lord doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel. There's a difference between the children of Israel and Africans. You understand? When you look at all of these fake Israelite groups, they like to put us all in a bunch the same way that wicked bastard Jesse Jackson did. Jesse Jackson made the term African American popular. That's not what we called ourselves. You understand? We had a sense of pride before Jesse Jackson and the likes of Martin Luther King tried to integrate us with the goddamn white man. You understand? We not Africans. The Lord made a difference between us. You understand? We not the people that put bones in our noses. You understand? Stick our heads up cows' rectums. You understand? Drink yak blood and drink cow urine. That's not us. We don't do that type of stuff. That's what Egyptians do. You understand? That's what Hamites do. You understand? Whatever tribe of Ham that you want to get into, all of them have nasty customs. You understand? Salakia. Let's go to the book of Exodus, the first chapter. Right? I'm going to show you how these Egyptians handled us. You understand? How these Hamites dealt with us. Oh, Salakia. Y'all got any questions, comments, put them in the chat, man. Get them likes up too, man. Share this class. Right? And Exodus 1:6. And Joseph died, and all his brethren, and all that generation. And the children of Israel were fruitful and increased abundantly and multiplied and waxed exceeding mighty. And the land was filled with them. Now there arose up a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph. Now let me stop right there. When it say it rose up a new king of Egypt that knew not Joseph, I'm gonna break it down for you like this, right? I was born in the 90s, right? Andrew Jackson died a long time ago. You understand? Theodore Roosevelt died a long time ago. There's no way in hell that it's physically possible for me to know them physically, right? But I do know who they are as far as the history and a role that they played in this country. So when this new Pharaoh rose up, that was the king over Egypt, when they say he knew not Joseph, yeah, he didn't physically know Joseph, but he did hear the stories from his family members that Joseph saved Egypt. So he knew exactly who Joseph was because he knew them Israelites actually were Joseph's family. You understand? He didn't know Joseph physically, but them Israelites came from Joseph's lineage. And he understood the history between his people being a great nation of people because Joseph saved Egypt. But he didn't give a damn about none of that. You understand? He didn't care that Joseph, a son of Israel, actually saved his forefathers from starving to death. Not only did he save them from starving to death, he made them a superpower over the whole goddamn planet at that time. But he didn't give a damn about that because watch how he about to treat the descendants of Joseph and his brothers. Verse 9, and he said unto his people, behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we. He knew we was better than them. You understand? Is there a way to identify the Israelites in Africa today? What areas they may have settled? That's an excellent question. You understand? When you look at the history of Liberia, you understand? What we do know about the children of Israel, you understand? For the most part, we went into captivity on boats. You understand? Matter of fact, I'm gonna come back to this. Deuteronomy 28:68. You understand? And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. You understand? When you look at the history of the children of Israel, this didn't just happen to so-called Judites. You understand? This happened to so-called Latinos and natives before Judites went into slavery on boats. You understand? Here in the ISUBK under Commander General Yana, we have a 12 tribes chart. You understand that the great chief head priest Arya did extensive research to put this 12 tribes chart together. On that 12 tribes chart is mainly just focused on the Western Hemisphere. But I tell you like this, in the ISUBK, we don't teach that none of them Hamitic tribes that you see in Africa are actually Israelites. But what I can tell you is there is a group of so-called African Americans that actually went back to Liberia from America, you understand, and received the hell, you understand, and the wrath that them goddamn ethnic Libyans put on them. You understand? So is it a way to identify the Israelites in Africa today? Well, the Israelites fit curses. You understand? As a matter of fact, hold on, Salakia. It's the book of Deuteronomy. Salakia. Give me 1 second. Deuteronomy 28:46. And it reads, I'm going to start at verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and shall pursue thee and overtake thee till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. J Jack, Y1U. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you how you can find who's an Israelite in Africa. Just look at the people who are not Israelites in Africa. You understand? Big shout out to Nadazar for that song, To Be Black. You understand? When you look at Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, now, of course, all of the tribes are not going to fit every last curse. You understand? But these curses that came upon the children of Israel, you understand? And I'm going to just give you a few examples. People being drug addicts in our community. You understand? Your fathers being in and out of prison. You understand? Our sisters and daughters and mothers and cousins and aunties that's being molested. You understand that got raped once upon a time in the black community. You understand? What else? Brothers and sisters dying from untimely deaths at an alarming rate, whether it be gunfire, a goddamn house fire, you understand, some type of disease, whatever it is. All of the curses in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, if you looking for Israelites in Africa, go find the people that fit these curses. If you're looking at African or Hamitic tribes and they don't fit these curses, they have their own land. You understand? They have generations of wealth and not generations of curses. Then chances are they are not Israelites. The children of Israel are going to be at the bottom totem pole wherever the hell you find us. If you go to goddamn Ghana, you understand, or Nigeria, and find a Yoruba or a Igbo tribe, and these niggas got their own land, they got wealth, they got chiefs, they got all of this abundance of culture and wealth, and all of this stuff that they've been passing down for generations. They don't got no niggas. They don't have no damn slave master's last name. They not no goddamn Israelite. Period. You understand? Nigga, the Israelite's last name is Smith now. Jones. You understand? Washington. Williamson. Williams. You understand? Garcia. You understand? Those are the Israelites today. Rodriguez. You understand? Gomez. You understand? The people that live dirt piss poor in the black, Latino, and Native American Indian community. You understand? Them natives that's drinking themselves to an early goddamn grave on a reservation. Them Israelites. You understand? We not looking for no goddamn Israelites in Africa. Where they at? Huh? You see all of the suffering with the children of Israel right here in the Western Hemisphere. Go to Haiti. Them niggas is Israelites. Go to Jamaica. Go to Barbados. Go to Trinidad and Tobago. Go to the UK where they live in them big tenement apartments that mirror the projects of New York and Chicago. Those is Israelites. You can't tell me somebody that comes from a goddamn village that still have their last name or their forefathers and their culture and an abundance of wealth and can be able to jump on a goddamn plane from one side of the earth to the other goddamn side of the earth. You can't tell me that they Israelites. You understand? My mama was on drugs. My father was on drugs. Family members in and out of jail, prison numbers, niggas getting shot, killed. You understand? Big mama leg this goddamn big because she keep eating pork and giving all of her goddamn money to the church. Them Israelites, brother. I don't know about no Israelites up in goddamn Africa unless you descend from them people that come from Liberia that I know was a part of the transatlantic slave trade. You understand? Damn right. I am not African American. I am a Hebrew Israelite. Damn right. You understand? Get out of here. I'm gonna put that up there. You understand? Right? That's how you know who the children of Israel are. These curses going to be upon us for a sign and a wonder. You understand? When the hell did Nelson Mandela and his people come over here and march for our people being unalived by these racist police officers? Why the hell somebody from Ghana or Nigeria didn't come over here to protest them putting crack cocaine in our neighborhoods? Huh? Why they didn't do none of that? Now don't talk to me about no goddamn Israelites being in Africa. Where? And I'm not saying that all of the children of Israel are in the Western Hemisphere. There could absolutely be Israelites in Africa. But what we teach in ISUBK under Commander General Yana is that 12 tribes chart. And you don't see Ghana on there. Ain't no goddamn Yoruba on there. Ain't no goddamn Eritrea, Ethiopia up there. Ain't no goddamn Falashin Jew on that 12 tribes chart. That's not what we teach in ISUBK. We teach the children of Israel are the people that fit the curses of the Bible. Mainly, we talking about the Western Hemisphere, but at the same time, though, you do know we got a school in the UK. Them is our brothers. You understand? Like, and then look, you got these people like Oprah. You understand? All of these prominent black figures that always want to go to fucking Africa and build a goddamn school. Look at the south side of Chicago. It's young niggas running around with switches out there, killing each other like it's going out of style. Why is we looking for Africa for Israelites? Huh? Let's go to West Oakland. Let's go to south side of Chicago. What about Brooklyn, Harlem, the Bronx, South Sac, Iraq? You want to go find some Israelites in Africa? Come on, my nigga. It's enough of us here. What about Puerto Rico? What about Haiti? What about Jamaica? What about my Puerto Rican brothers out there in the Bronx that live in Soundview projects? Huh? What about them? Why the fuck is we looking for Israelites in Africa when you see all of the Israelites here? Nah, man, we don't teach Israelites it's in Africa. Go look at the 12 tribes chart. And once again, I'm not saying that there are not Israelites in Africa, but what we teach in ISUBK under Commander General Yana, if you find an Israelite in Africa, he most likely went there because he was stationed in the military somewhere, or he probably moved out there. That would classify as us being a part, being scattered across the four corners of the earth. You can find niggas anywhere. We got a brother in the school that's in the goddamn Netherlands. He ain't African though. Salakia. I hope that answered your question. Let me see what your name is again, brother. J Jack Y1U. I hope that answered your question. We ain't focused on Africa. You understand? I mentioned them because Captain Tazariak spoke of them. I mean, I'm sure Captain Tazariak did speak of them, but I'm sure Captain Tazariak is not going to be like, oh yeah, these people right here, they are Israelites. He's not going to do that because we don't teach in the ISUBK under Commander General Yana since 1969 anything contrary to that 12 tribes chart. You start looking for Israelites in Africa, we got to change the tribe chart. You understand? Like, if we gonna say some people from Mali is Africans, you understand? Then why Sicilians can't be Israelites? Huh? Why the Falashin Jews or the Ethiopians can't be Israelites? I'll give you another one, right? It's Israelites over there in that region. Go look at Dimona. All of them people that followed that crazy ass nigga to Dimona, Israel in the 60s from Chicago. Yeah, them niggas Israelites. You understand? We know their history. We know their pedigree. They fit the curses. I don't know about somebody that's in their own village with a Hamitic last name, you understand, and the culture of their people for thousands of years ago. As a matter of fact, Salaki, let me pull a scripture real quick. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17 and verse 4. Salakia. Book of Jeremiah, chapter 17 and verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever. Yeah, you got some people that sitting up here, oh, we've been knowing that we were Israelites for thousands of years. Nigga, that's a red flag. The Lord said we was going to discontinue from our heritage. You understand? As a matter of fact, hold on. Watch this. Salakia. This is the book of Baruch in the Apocrypha. Baruch chapter 2 and verse 30. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. The Lord said, we are a stiff-necked people. Now, hey, Most High in Christ, the Lord said we are stiff-necked people. You understand? And we ain't going to hear him. And that's how you know we are the children of Israel. You understand? You got niggas coming up to us on the street corner talking about, yeah, we not Israelites. We Africans. You niggas are stiff-necked people. Don't nobody want to grab hold to this glorious culture that the Lord gave to us. You understand? But meanwhile, you got some people over there in Africa talking about, yes, we have been Israelites for the thousands of years. We have our customs and we've been doing this for, man, that's bullshit. What is you talking about? The Lord said we are stiff-necked people, meaning you niggas don't want to do what I tell you to do. Come on, man. If you got Israelites that's been keeping the law, statutes, and commandments for thousands of years, why the fuck will we go away in captivity? That don't even make no sense. Like people that's claiming to be Israelites on the continent of Africa and saying they've been keeping their customs forever, it doesn't make sense. Why would we go into captivity? That makes no goddamn sense. Middle of verse 30. But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves. Them Hamites ain't in the land of their captivities remembering themselves. They in their own goddamn homeland, claiming to have ancient Israelite ancestry and been keeping the customs and commandments of the Israelites since the beginning of goddamn time. Ain't no goddamn Israelite. Come on, man. You know what an Israelite is? He a Crip now. He a Blood. He a GD. He a Vice Lord. You understand? He's Stubby. He Case. He from the Acorn Mob. Nigga, them is Israelites now because we are stiff-necked people. You understand? You know where the Israelites is at? They in prison, nigga. They not in Africa. They in prison. Salakia. Matter of fact, Baruch 4:1. This is the book of the commandments of God and the law that endure forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. Turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated. Verse 3, this the kicker. Give not thine honor to another. Bro, don't give your honor to another. Niggas asking me about, a nigga want to ask me about an Israelite in Africa. What about the niggas that live in the projects in Chicago? Huh? What about the niggas that's killing? What about the niggas that got shot at Marathon Burger in Los Angeles just not too long ago? You understand? Shalom, Lord Christ, sir. You understand? Salaki, sir. You understand? Them niggas is Israelites. You mean to tell me we got to go to Africa? Huh? What about the people that ICE agents is separating from their goddamn children? You got sisters, you understand, being separated from their sons and daughters and got to breastfeed them through a goddamn metal gate. Them the Israelites. They giving aluminum foil blankets to children. A 5-year-old has to go represent himself in a court case because they saying he an illegal immigrant. Meanwhile, nigga, I'm in California. We live in Mexico right now, but they can't even have their own homeland. I ain't trying to deport no goddamn Africans. Nigga, them ain't. Come on, man. What are we talking about here? Baruch 4:3. Give not thine honor to another, nor the things that are profitable unto thee to a strange nation. That's what niggas is doing. That's what Nate did. You understand? He gave what was profitable to us, these law, statutes, and commandments, to a Hamite, to a strange nation. And you know what happened? Joy Morgan died at the hands of that. You go out there and go look for an Israelite in Africa if you want to. You know what's going to happen? He going to come into your congregation and kill real Israelites. Come on, man. Goddamn it. Please, Salaki. Baruch 4:3. Give not thine honor to another, nor the things that are profitable unto nor the things that are profitable unto thee to a strange nation. Yeah, these are strange nations of people you got over there. You understand? Somebody that will mutilate their daughter's private area. Yeah, that's a strange nation of people. Somebody that's gonna kindle a fire and cook a whole goddamn monkey. Yeah, that's a strange nation of people. That's what they doing. You put your cow, put your head up a cow's rectum, you a strange people. You understand? If it's okay for you to sleep with your mother in your goddamn in your culture and in your history, you are a strange nation of people. To walk around with menial clothes, damn near naked outside, you are a strange nation of people. Why the hell we got to go outside of here to go find Israelites? Look at the struggle that we all went through, that we all go through here in America. Like what sense does it make to go try to go find the children of Israel on a different goddamn continent when you looking at the ones that suffering the curses? I don't think a lot of them Hamites is having problems paying their rent. I don't think they've actually been persecuted and filling up jails. Like, look at the California prison system and all of the jails in these cities in California. Man, you ain't finna find nobody with the last name Montubu, you understand, that's finna get released from dress out, unless he probably caught a DUI and he about to be going home in the morning. But them niggas that's fighting murder cases, drug cases, you understand, that it already got 2-3 prison numbers, that it already did 10 years in the system. Come on, bro. Them is the Israelites. You understand? The niggas who mamas was on drugs, the ones who kicked their daddy out the goddamn house, and they calling his daddy a deadbeat daddy because his mama been a drag into him his whole goddamn life. Those is the Israelites. You understand? The brother who got to go to a goddamn funeral, you understand, of his cousin or one of his friends that's the same goddamn age as him, and he only 16. He 15, 16. He got to go to the third funeral in 1 year because he's immersed in gang violence. That ain't happening in Africa, bro. You know, and they not strung out on crack cocaine in Africa. That's not what's going on. You understand? Big shout out to Nadazab again. What you know about crossing the Darien Gap? Huh? Africans don't come over here because it's, oh, we want to live a better life in America. Hell nah. A lot of times they come over here and make money in America and send that shit right back to home to help their people out at home. Or they move over here because they rich already. Come on, man. What is we talking about? Why niggas ain't looking for the Israelites in the ghetto? Huh? Ain't we the ones that need help? You want to go look for an Israelite in Africa when it's an OG brother that you've been knowing your whole goddamn life that's sitting in front of the damn store begging for $2 and $3 so he can get another drink because his life is hell. There's your Israelite right there. What the fuck we need to go to Africa for? Let's go back to Exodus, the first chapter. So this new king, so like I'm gonna just read it. Exodus 1:8. Now there arose up a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph. And he said unto his people, behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we. Come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply, and it come to pass that when there falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land. Therefore they did set taskmasters over them to afflict them with their burdens. And they built for Pharaoh treasure cities, Pithom and Ramses. You mean to tell me this ungrateful African bastard of a king, he put the children of Israel in slavery after our forefather Joseph saved your whole goddamn nation and history? He saved your people. But these Africans hate us so goddamn much. Instead of him having favor for us, instead of him being kind to us, he made us his slaves. You wouldn't even be a goddamn pharaoh if it wasn't for the children of Israel, you African. But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew. And they were grieved because of the children of Israel. And the Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve with rigor. You know what that means, to serve with rigor? They beat the skin off our goddamn backs exactly the same goddamn way that the cracker did us right here in the Western Hemisphere on the shores of America. The same thing. We built up treasure cities for them. Washington, D.C. was built by slaves. That's a treasure city. A treasure city is somewhere where your oppressor can make money off of you. All of these places are treasure cities. Pick one. You got McDonald's. You got Walmart. You understand? A gas station. Anywhere where the white man can make money or tax money that's being made is a goddamn treasure city. And look at who's working all of these damn menial jobs in America. Bro, it ain't no goddamn Africans. Matubu is not the goddamn cashier at McDonald's. He's not. I'm sorry. You understand? It's DeAndre and Brittany. They the ones they the ones who first job, they got to get a goddamn job at fucking 15 years old because they literally have to help out the household. You understand? It ain't no Ashwagandha tribe, nigga, that's working at none of these goddamn Dollar Tree stores. They not working at Burger King. They come over here, you understand, and they thriving in a medical field. Trust me, nigga, my rib work in a medical facility. Barakatah Yahweh Shah, you understand, for the Lord having mercy on us and her being able to get in medical school. Because if you know anything, Salakia, into nursing school, if you know anything about the medical industry, it's hard for Black women to become nurses now. You know why? Because Africans and East Indians are taking up all of them goddamn nursing jobs. They don't want our sisters in them hospitals making a nice amount of money, you understand, so they can sustain their families. They would rather give it to a goddamn African. They not gonna give it to Keisha. They gonna give that shit to Miriam. Salakia. Verse 14. And they made their lives bitter with hard bondage in mortar and in brick and in all manner of service in the field. All their service wherein they made them serve was with rigor. They was beating the hell out of us in Egypt. You understand? Like they beating the skin off our backs after our forefathers saved their people from starving to death. But you want to keep it, but niggas want to ask us about Africans. Why don't you open up your goddamn Bible and figure out the history between us and the goddamn Hamites? Do that. You forgot about the Philistines. You forgot about Egypt. You forgot about the Canaanites. You forgot about Dinah being raped by Shechem, nigga. Huh? You forgot about that? Oh, you forgot about the Babylonian captivity, huh? I'm going to keep reading. This is how Africans feel about us. Verse 15. And the king of Egypt spake to the Hebrew midwives, of which the name of the one was Shiphrah, and the name of the other Puah. And he said, when ye do the office of a midwife to the Hebrew women, and see them upon the stools, if it be a son, then ye shall kill him. But if it be a daughter, then she shall live. Yeah, these Africans want to kill your baby boy, to cut off your goddamn lineage, to stop your people from being a people. But he was going to take our daughters and do whatever the hell he wanted to do with them. Come on, man. Israelites in Africa? Why the hell do we got to talk about this? All these fake ass Israelites giving our culture, our customs, the things that's profitable to us, to a nation that's not us. Verse 17, but the midwives feared the Most High and did not as the king of Egypt commanded them, but saved the men children alive. Barakatah Yahweh Yahweh. You understand? For these sisters having the Holy Spirit on them. Because if not for them not unaliving all of our men, you wouldn't have a ISUBK sitting in front of you. We wouldn't have a goddamn Moses that saved the children of Israel out of slavery in Egypt. You know why? Because these Africans wanted to kill us off. The African Israelite in Africa. Why are we looking for that? You seen what happened when we was in Africa? They wanted to kill us. So they're going to let us live, huh? Come on, man. And the midwives, Salaki, verse 18. And the king of Egypt called for the midwives and said unto them, why have ye done this thing and have saved the men children alive? And the midwives said unto Pharaoh, because the Hebrew women are not as the Egyptian women, for they are lively and are delivered ere the midwives come in unto them. They like, man, look, bro, our sisters ain't like y'all women. I walk in here, they already got the baby in their goddamn hand. What you want me to do? Take their baby from them? They ain't going for that. Verse 20, therefore God dwelt with the midwives, and the people multiplied and waxed very mighty. And it came to pass, because the midwives feared the Most High, that he made them houses. And Pharaoh charged all his people, saying, every son that is born ye shall cast into the river, and every daughter ye shall save alive. That's alligator Alcatraz for you right there. Yeah, they fed our babies to crocodiles over there. Just like the Caucasian man fed our babies to alligators here. They fed our babies to crocodiles out there. Come on, man. The white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of, and the African man ain't too far behind him. Lakia. Go to Deuteronomy, the 7th chapter. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 1. When the Lord thy God shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it, and have cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites and the Girgashites and the Amorites and the Canaanites and the Perizzites and the Hivites and the Jebusites, 7 nations greater and mightier than thou. And when the Lord thy God shall deliver them before thee, the Lord is going to deliver these goddamn nations before us. Thou shalt smite them and utterly destroy them. Thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor show mercy unto them. The Lord told the children of Israel, bro, we supposed to go in on these Africans when he bring them into our hands at this time. You understand? Of the children of Israel leaving Egypt. He said, don't make no covenant with these dudes. Don't make no covenant with them. You should utterly destroy them. You know why the Lord is telling the children of Israel to do this? Because the Lord understands that these Hamites, these Africans, they hate us. Verse 3, neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Neither shalt thou neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son. We ain't supposed to be marrying these goddamn Hamites. That's against the laws of God. You understand? For they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of the Lord be kindled against you and destroy thee suddenly. Come on, man. The Lord said don't marry these people because they're going to make us follow after their gods. Meaning choose their way of life. You understand? Y'all know how Africans look down upon us. You are lazy black American. But then y'all want to steal everything from us. That fake ass Afro beats bullshit. That's you trying to give your best rendition of Benjamite music, of reggae music, which Afro beats sucks. You understand? You don't got the soul of a West Indian. You understand? They look down upon us and tell us we ain't shit and we lazy. I'll give you a story, right? I hope my rib watching this too, because this is what she just told me, right? And it kind of like pissed me off, but she had to be professional. As y'all know, I just told you she's in a medical school, in nursing school. So she has to go throughout the country to do what's called a clinical or like an apprenticeship, you understand, to further her education, you understand, it's part of the nursing school program. And a lot of times when she goes to these places, it's a lot of Hamites that's in nursing school right with her. A lot of Edomites, a lot of Elamites. You understand? It's not really too many Judite sisters or Latino sisters. It's not really too many of the children of Israel that be on these clinicals. You understand? But I think they was kind of like, you know, talking about like history, heritage, or probably comparing my rib to one of them Hamites. And the Hamite bitch gonna say, oh no, I know who I am. Meaning she knows where she comes from. Meaning she knows what village her people are from. Meaning she knows what title her mother and father had before they paid for her to jump her stinking ass on a goddamn plane and come over here and suck up all of the goddamn resources that my people put in this godforsaken country. You understand? They know who they are. They real prideful with how they deal with us. You understand? They real aggressive. They're real bossy and demanding when it comes to so-called black people. You understand? So-called Latinos, natives. You understand? When I say black people, I mean all of the tribes of the nation of Israel. Yeah, these Africans look down upon us. They think we're beneath them. And you know what happens when you marry one of these goddamn Hamites? You think that the rest of your brothers and sisters are beneath you. You dumb Israelite who marries Africans or marries white people or marry Asians or East Indians. You a goddamn dummy. You understand? You begin to look down upon your people just like our goddamn enemies. As a matter of fact, Salaki, I'm freestyling at this point. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12 and verse 10. And it reads, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. The God of the Bible don't want us to be no sucker to these goddamn nations. He said, never trust your enemy, because like as iron rust, or the inevitability of iron rusting, this goddamn enemy of yours, whether it be a Hamite, whether it be a cracker, whether it be an East Indian, any goddamn nation that is not of the nation of Israel is an enemy to the nation of Israel. You understand? And what they're going to do is when you trust them and choose to befriend them and make a covenant with them and show some kindness unto them, they're going to eventually show you how evil they can be to you, because it's supposed to happen, because the Lord don't want you to be around these goddamn people. Ecclesiastes 12:10, once again, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. You understand? He's eventually going to show you how wicked he can be towards you, he or she, any goddamn heathen. Verse 11, though he humble himself and go crouching. Yeah, at first they so nice. Oh, hey, how you doing? My name is Miriam Untubu. Oh, it's so nice to meet you. Y'all become friends, and then y'all become friends on this goddamn work site, and then she start making false reports about you to your goddamn boss and get you fired. Then she gonna be back there washing her hands like, oh shit, this bitch about to get fired. Oh, ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm gonna be here. Yeah, that's how they get down with us. Salaki, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and be aware of him. Be aware of these goddamn people. Just because they want to act nice, just because you might befriend one of them. All white people aren't bad. All Africans don't hate us. Nigga, we akatas to them. Give a damn what you talking about. Nigga, they all hate us. The hell? And if you don't fucking hate them, you a goddamn fool. I love my mama and daddy too much to have an affinity for a goddamn African that's trying to be me. I don't give a damn about that nigga Wale, the rapper. I don't give a damn about him. He ain't us. What's the comedian Godfrey? Fuck him too. They not us. They have nothing to do with us. You might can grow up in the same neighborhoods as us, but you know when you get in that house, oh, you stay away from those Black Americans. Don't have those Black Americans in my home. You know how it go. You understand? Yet, Salaki, Ecclesiastes 12:11. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and be aware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass. Man, look, the Lord ain't no dummy. He said you should be as to him as you wipe the looking glass, meaning keep a close eye on them. Put them people up under the microscope. You understand? The scriptures say, be wise as a serpent, but harmless as a dove. You understand? Like, we ain't going out just provoking Africans or trying to fight a Caucasian man. You understand? We damn sure gonna tell you that you the devil that the Bible speaks of. You understand? Big shout out to Captain of 13,000 Salaki. Big shout out to Captain of 13,000 Mawaquad. He told them Africans, fuck Africa in their face. And we stand on that in the ISUBK. Period. You understand? Salaki. But it says, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou had wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. Yeah, you might have wiped that looking glass, but his rust ain't altogether wiped away, meaning he's eventually going to show you that he's evil towards you. You understand? Verse 12, set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Come on, bro. This is the perfect precept for us of not allowing Africans in the ISUBK, for us not allowing Spaniards in the ISUBK, or some goddamn East Indian who wants to portray to be a black person like that broad Kamala Harris. The perfect precept. Set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand. Let him seek, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou, at the last, remember my words and be pricked therewith. Don't bring this dude close to you. You understand? Or he gonna seek to take your seat. And then right at the end, you remember these words and it's too goddamn late. You understand? Salakia. Verse 13. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as cometh nigh wild beasts. You gonna pity a snake charmer when he been playing with this goddamn snake after he get bit? You gonna look at that snake charmer like, you dumbass nigga, that's what you get. Why is you messing with that snake? Just like quick sidebar. One of my favorite pastimes is to sit back, have a drink, and watch white people provoke wild animals. Oh, it's amazing. It's the best thing on planet Earth. You understand? Like, there's nothing more satisfying than watching a zookeeper, you understand, get the shit bit out of him because he messing with a goddamn wild tiger. That is the most amazing thing in the world to do. I challenge y'all to do it. It relieves stress. It's very entertainment. Show your kids, these dummies that want to provoke that big ass mountain lion, or go out and want to sleep amongst bears. Show them. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts? What this means is, if you're not going to pity a snake charmer that get bit by serpents, or somebody that's provoking a wild beast, or walk up to a goddamn African goddamn lion in the wild, and he get ate, what you gonna say? That's what the hell you get. That's what you asked for. Well, the same thing happens to us. When you put yourself in league with these heathens, nobody's going to feel sorry for you when this heathen shows you how evil he's going to be towards you. Why should we feel sorry for you? The Lord told you not to be around these people. The Lord told you not to marry these people. The Lord told you to stay the hell away from them and never make a covenant with them. But as soon as you get cool with that African, you jump your ass on a plane back to their village, and then they walk you in the back room, and it's a big ass cauldron, a big pot. They pouring seasonings in there, and an elder in the back like this. Mm-hmm. And I, yes, brother, it's big bath. Get up in here. And they boil your ass like one of them Rothschild kids or the Rockefeller kids. That white boy went over there to Africa. You understand? They ain't seen him since. They boiled that nigga with some onions, garlic, and good night. Verse 14. So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity? Yeah, you go kick it with them sinners. You understand? And you get defiled with his sins. Who gonna pity you? Verse 15. For a while he will abode with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagined how to throw thee into a pit. Yeah. In these Africans' cases, he imagined how to throw you in a big ass boiling pot so he can cook you and eat you. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. Oh yeah, he gonna weep with his eyes. He gonna make himself look humble. He gonna make himself look like one of your best friends. You understand? But when he find that opportunity, oh, your blood is not even gonna satisfy him. Verse 17. If an adversary come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. He will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance. Yeah, don't never trust your enemy. It's going to go bad when you put yourself in league with these heathens. It's going to be all bad for you. Salakia. Let me see. Go to 2 Chronicles 36. The book of Second Chronicles, chapter 36, and verse 11. Zedekiah was 120 years old when he began to reign, and reigned 11 years in Jerusalem. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord his God, and humbled not himself before Jeremiah the prophet, speaking from the mouth of the Lord. And he also rebelled against King Nebuchadnezzar, who had made him swear by God. But he stiffened his neck and hardened his heart from turning unto the Lord of Israel. So these brothers, this brother Zedekiah, who was the king over the nation of Israel, he did evil in the sight of the Lord. You understand? And he became what's the word I'm looking for? He became arrogant. You understand? Boisterous, right? And he stiffened his neck to turn towards the Most High God and to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, and to lean on the Lord to be his refuge. So this is how the Lord punished him, right? Moreover, all the chief of the priests and the people transgressed very much after all the abominations of the heathen, and polluted the house of the Lord, which he had hallowed in Jerusalem. So they started to sin against the Most High God and did exactly what the Babylonians was doing. Followed after their customs, started marrying their women, so forth and so on. You understand? And the Lord God of Slaki, and the Lord God of their fathers sent to them by messengers, rising up betimes and sinning, because he had compassion on his people and on his dwelling place. But they mocked the messengers of God and despised his words and misused his prophets, until the wrath of the Lord arose against his people till there was no remedy. Oh, the Lord had mercy on the children of Israel. He's like, hey, bro, look, I'm finna send these messengers to y'all. Y'all better listen to them. They like, hey, brothers, y'all niggas got to stop sinning. Hey, stop sleeping with them African women. Hey, stop indulging in the customs of these Africans. Or they mock these niggas. Man, we don't want to hear that black power shit. That's what they said to him in a nutshell. And we don't want to hear none of that. You understand? We're going to do what we want to do. Lord, like, all right, watch this. It says, I'm going to read that last part again. Until the wrath of the Lord arose against his people, till there was no remedy. Therefore, he brought upon them the king of the Chaldees, who slew their young men with the sword in the house of their sanctuary, and had no compassion upon young man or maiden, old man, or him that stooped for age. He gave them all into his hand. The Lord ain't playing with us when it comes to dealing with these heathens. He gonna use them same goddamn heathens to destroy us. And that's exactly what he did. They start killing us in the temple. The Lord ain't playing with us. And all the vessels of the house of God, great and small, and the treasures of the house of the Lord, and the treasures of the king and of his princes, all these he brought to Babylon. So they killed us, then robbed us blind, then took all our treasures to Babylon, to some Hamites, to Nipsey Hussle and his people, to Tiffany Haddish and they people, to the Cushites, more Africans. And they burnt the house of God and break down the wall of Jerusalem and burnt all the palaces thereof with fire and destroyed all the goodly vessels thereof. You want to talk about Africans? It's the history of how Africans treated us. This Africans doing it all over again. This Babylonians, not to mention the Philistines, the Canaanites. We just read the Egyptians. And them that had escaped from the sword carried he away to Babylon, where they were servants to him and his sons until the reign of the kingdom of Persia. So they slaughtered us, robbed us, burnt down our temple, tore down the wall of our city, and the ones that they didn't kill, we went into slavery. You tell me should we be trusting Africans? You can find it all throughout the history in this Bible that Africans hate the children of Israel. So why the hell should we go to Africa looking for the children of Israel when you see the product of Africans hating the children of Israel in America? You ever heard black people sold other black people into slavery? That's a goddamn lie. Hamites sold Israelites into slavery. I'm going to leave y'all with this. Salaki, hold on, Salaki. If I may, is there a meaning to the name Hamite? Yes. The suffix "ite" is son. It means sons of or descendant of. Hamite means son of Ham or descendant of Ham. Matam Yahad. I'm going to leave y'all with this. Blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, you suffered slavery in America, right? You suffered slavery in Europe. You suffered slavery wherever the hell you went. The sub-Saharan slave trade, right? You suffered slavery at the hands of the Hamites. But I'm gonna just focus on the slavery in the Western Hemisphere and the transatlantic slave trade real quick. Go look at Africa and go find the Africans that are wealthy out there. Go find the Africans that got their culture out there, that still know who they are, got their own land. They got businesses, chiefs. You understand? People that actually know their lineage and their ancestors, an abundance of wealth, and still hold on to that wealth right now in 2026. You want to find out who the Africans was that sold you in slavery? Go look at them people that still got wealth right now in 2026 in abundance. I guarantee you, if you dig deep enough, those are the people that sold us into slavery to the white people. And they still in Africa living deliciously off the money that they made off of our people's suffering. With that being said, Y'all by Shem Al-Shai Barak a thumb to the brothers. Y'all Shamar Lathan by Shem Al-Shai to the sisters. Blacks, Latinos, Native American Indians, we are not Africans. Don't marry yourself unto these goddamn Africans, and don't be no goddamn fool going over there to Africa to go try to find no damn Israelites in an African village. Shalom.